Good morning, my dear children. Today we are going to recite the poem Govinda's Disciple. This is lesson number 2 in your books. And this poem is really very wonderful to understand the inner deep meaning. That if you really want to seek spiritual knowledge, one should not be fond of the materialistic things. Even if you want to seek, the person from whom you are going to take, that person is already is above all this, above all the materialistic things. So one has to understand this is really a very good poem written by Rabindranath Tagore. You got? So let's start reciting the poem and try to understand the things. But before reciting the poem, let me make you understand the meaning, actually, some of the things before the poem. See, this poem Govinda's Disciple by Rabindranath Tagore. This is the writer, the poet Rabindranath Tagore, beautifully highlights the traits of a true master, and his disciple who has not been able to overcome his materialistic things. You got it? This poem beautifully highlights the traits of a true master and his disciple who has not been able to overcome his materialistic nature. And through the lines you are going to learn so nicely about all these things. So let's start reciting the poem. Beta. Far below flowed the Ganga. I hope, it's clear. Far below flowed the Ganga. The river Ganga can be seen at a distance. Far below flowed Ganga, quick and clear. The river Ganga can be seen at a distance, flowing swiftly and clearly through the wilderness, means like abundant place, wilderness. Above round the jutting bank. The bank of the river is lined with jutted rocks that make it see as if the river bank is set into a perpetual frown. Means better, see, far below flowed the Ganga. At a distance you can see the river Ganga can be seen at a distance, flowing very swiftly and clearly through wilderness. Above frowned the jutting bank. Jutting means, see the meaning given very nicely over there, extending outwards. The rocks are extended outwards, and it seems to be making the frowning. The way we are having frown is usually when we are getting angry, we are having the frowning lines on our forehead. So here the rocks, due to the river has made the frown, the lining, the permanent lining over there due to the water. Okay. Hills dark with the woods, and hills are covered with the thick forest, and scarred means marked with, scarred with the torrents were gathered around. See, torrents, swiftly flowing waters, marked with, and there is also the marks of the torrents, the flowing water were gathered around. Govinda, the great teacher, sat on the rock reading scriptures. The master, the great teacher, sat on the rock on the bank of the Ganga and reading scriptures, the religious books. He was reading religious books over there. When Raghunath, underline, when Raghunath, his disciple, but a disciple means student, the correct pronunciation of this word, disciple, student, proud of his wealth, came and bowed to him and said, he came over there, he was having materialistic interest, and he came and bowed in front of him and said, I have bought my poor wealth, unworthy of thy acceptance. And he wanted to show, or he wanted to make him happy with all these precious gifts. Thus saying, he showed off before the teacher a pair of gold bangles studded with costly gems and emeralds. And he brought the gold bangles. Studded means made of gems and emeralds, the expensive gems The master took up one of them, twirling it. But twirling means making round and round. Like if you're going to hold any of the bangle in your hand and you're going to make round like this, twirling, playing, quickly moving round his finger, and the stones darted shafts of light and it was shining like anything. The master took up one of them, twirling it, moving quickly on his finger like this, round and round, again repeatedly, just twirling, moving around his finger, and the stones darted shafts of light and it was, shine was coming from the bangle. Suddenly it slipped from his hand and rolled down the bank into the river, and it was there, it has fallen into the river over there. Raghunath jumped into the water because he was only after the wealth. The teacher set his eyes upon his book and the teacher was at peace. The teacher again started reading the book, and the water held and hid what it stole and ran its way. They have shown even the water hid the things over there and ran its way, and the water was also flowing the same way. At sunset, Raghunath came back, and after exhausted, after that full searching of the Bengal, the disciple Raghunath came back, and what he did, he begged him to show him the place where it fell. And again he started begging to the guru, he started begging to him and to show him the place where it fell. Exactly tell me the place where actually that has, that bangle has fallen. So the teacher took the other bangle, and see, the master wanted to teach, the master teacher wanted to teach him a lesson. So the teacher took the other bangle and threw it into the water, saying, there it is. So this was the lesson for all of us to learn. The spiritual people, the divine people, they don't want anything else than our honest, feelings, than our truth things, not the materialistic things. You cannot make the gurus, the real masters, happy with the materialistic things. Your heart should be pure, you should be pure in, your thoughts should be pure. Then only the master guru could be pleased, not with the materialistic things. So nice, this poem is really so nice. Let us see the word meanings given over there. Jutting, extending outwards, torrents, swiftly flowing water, gold, bangles, emeralds, and actually the summary is given over there. So nicely they have given. See the lines. The disciple foolishly brings expensive gifts to Govinda, thinking he will be pleased. Later, Govinda throws them into the water, into the river, to make Raghunath understand that for a spiritual person, riches do not have any value. So nicely written. Better make a star. So whenever you open the book, keep reading this. Also, a person who has come to seek to gain spiritual knowledge should not be also fond of them. So this was the gist of the poem, that one should learn. So nicely written over there. So let's read something about the poet Rabindranath Tagore. Rabindranath Tagore was an artist and a philosopher. He composed music, songs, and wrote plays, stories, poems, travelogues, and novels. The national anthems of India and Bangladesh were composed by him. His ability was not just limited to making literary creations, he was also a painter. He won the Nobel Prize for Literature in 1913 and was the first Asian to be honored with it. So lovely. So write down, was the first Asian to be honored with it. Tagore was popularly known as Gurudev. So that's all. Please recite the poem again to really understand the inner meaning. And in the next video, we are going to do the exercises. Thank you. God bless you, bete.